This week was the first week where I had my watch list available for the subscription, and I had some great feedback. It's really been performing. So if you're interested, the link is down below, bit.ly/A, capital P, capital J, lowercase list. It is $19.99, and it's roughly $1 a day for basically the work that's already done with a watch list for the day, and also giving you support and resistance as well as the float, so that you can be prepared for the trading day ahead. And you know what? This entire journey has been about hard work, and success has come with hard work. You know, it's nice and easy to go ahead and just receive things. However, you do need to learn for yourselves. You know, no matter what your goal is in life, you have to work hard to get there. And I never ever thought that I would be sitting here sharing with you guys. I never thought that I would have written a book, and most recently just booked a date for a Women in Trading seminar, much like my book, where it's going to be people speaking about their journeys, their strengths, and also their recommendations on how you can get into trading and how you can profit, the best way to do risk management, everything like that. You know, as a mom of two, my husband, who's a pilot, and he loves to escape and go fly in the sky. You know, really, I wanted to be home for my kids, and it didn't happen overnight. It was a journey that took me studying, and I did use Timothy Sykes' tools to study and watched his videos and was in his chat room and everything like that. I did learn that that wasn't my style, and I had to determine my own style, but that comes with experience. So the bottom line is, don't be afraid to get started. Go ahead, jump in, start studying. You know, it's not going to hurt you to study. What do you have to lose by learning new terms and watching price action in the market? Really, you don't have anything to lose. So don't be fearful. Step out of your comfort zone and learn something new. It will take a bit of time to get to where you are comfortable, where you have confidence in your trades. And what that takes, you know, for me and from what others have said as well, is practice. Practice with a strategy that you think works for you, time-wise, position size-wise. Practice on paper. And once you get that confidence, you'll start to really shine in your trading. It's just like in life. If you are nervous about going to, say, start a new master's program, but once you get there and you start meeting the people and you're interested in the subject, you can just thrive. As long as it's good, right for you, and you have a passion behind it, you're going to do well. It does take work. There's no secret in that. It will take work. You know, being able to work just a couple hours a day takes some homework. It takes planning. And that's what my watch list is my planning for the day. And that's what my watch list is for the week ahead as well, doing these videos. You know, I take the time to study the market, study the price action, study the charts. You start to see patterns. You start to see things that will happen over and over again. And something else that's amazing is you have to be able to trust your tools. And Trade Ideas is one of my favorite tools for alerting for stocks that are moving intraday. You know, the scanners and alerts that you can set up are numerous. You know, it's unlimited, really. And they do have the AI Holly that will give you a trend for the day that's analyzed all of the data for the prior day, and gives you an expectation of strategies that would work for the upcoming day. So they are actually having an open house tomorrow, the 23rd of October, for the week, for 5 days for $8.88. So check it out. You know, if you don't have $8.88 to spend on trying a new software, then definitely continue studying, because you can build up the capital for a trading account slowly but surely, but you also need to find the right tools to help you profit. You know, you're not going to be a master chef with dollar store knives. It's just not going to work. You need to invest in the quality products, like a nice stainless steel Wusthof or something like that. As a chef, that's what I can assimilate it to. So definitely, you know, prep yourself for the day. Clear head, getting a good night's rest. This week has been crazy. Our little one is going through a 9-month sleep regression. Oh my goodness, it's really frustrating. She doesn't sleep sometimes 2 hours at a time in the middle of the night with separation anxiety, and that can be really tough as well. So you need to have preparation for the day, food, water, nutrition, just like anything else. You need to nurture your body in order to be able to perform. What you put into it will show you what you get. If you put junk in your body, you're going to have low energy, your mental status is going to be low. So treat yourself right, get rest, prep, do your homework, and you will be able to slowly but surely succeed in your trading journey. So let's get into the watch list for the week. For my longs this week, I have Abeo, A-B-E-O, with a support of 1870 and a resistance of 20. Now this one does have 23 million in the float and a short float of 23.19%. And just as always, guys, I am not a licensed professional, so these are based on my opinion. If you do trade these stocks, please do your own due diligence and trade with proper risk management. Next one on the list is Xone with support of 1058 and resistance of 1094. That one does have 9.43 million in the float and 23%. Now, something that you'll see is that I do have different time frames on my charts as well. And with those time frames, I look left on the chart to see the prior resistance and support points. You know, if we are competing against computers and algorithms, so these computers and algorithms will go back years in history. They don't care if it was within the last year. They're going to analyze all of the data. So we need to go ahead and look at all of the data as well. So if you're looking at a prior spike on a stock and randomly it stopped at 18.73 cents, well, if you were to look back in the history, you might see as well that that happened 6 years ago, that was the high 6 years ago, and that's why it stopped there, because algorithms are taking it and selling it off at that point. So always look left. It's not an indication of what it will do in the future. However, it is an indication of what has happened in the past, and it might happen again. So next one on the longs, NPTN, with a support of 533 and a resistance of 557. That has 38.81 million in the float and 23.7% short float now. Next is BKMU with 10.60 on support and 1080 for resistance. That has very low short float of less than 1%. 42.04 million in the float. Now that one does look like it's at a breakout point, but if you look back, what I was saying is that one, look, if you go back to 2013, I believe it is where it was at this level before. It looks like it's just breaking out on the year, but it has had prior resistance, so be careful. WGO, Winnebago, with support of 47.50 and resistance of 48.05. That has 31.19 million in the float and 11.10 short float. Now, many people ask me, what is this float? It's basic supply and demand. If the float is lower, less than 50 million, less than 20 million, and it starts to trade rapidly with lots of shares trading hand, it's a basic supply and demand. The more that people want it, the higher the price will go. Just look back at Dries, look at KBio, look at HMNY. Look at Snapchat. These are all that have had lower floats, and then once the demand is there, the price just moves quickly. However, it can move quickly up and down, so you always want to be cautious and trade with proper risk management, potentially trailing stops if you're not able to execute hard stops yourself mentally. Going for our shorts into the week, we have CELG with a support of 121 and a resistance of 123.27. It looks like if it does continue down, next level for support is 119.56 and then 118.51. They did have a big withdrawal from a phase 3 drug, and it does have 780 million in the float. So if it does continue down, there is so much in the float, it's harder to stop the movement in a larger float stock from what I see. So I do believe that this one will continue down for the next 2 days potentially before it does have a bounce on a support block. After that, we have Rxdx with a support of 1538 and a resistance of, 1588 and a resistance of 1686 with 51 million in the float. AAXN with a support of 22.46 and a resistance of 23.32 with 51 million in the float there. MXIM, it's been breaking out here, and it looks like it might be on a pullback for downward movement, and downward momentum might be a better longer term short with a support of 51.50 and a resistance of 52.20. That one does have 279 million in the float. Last one is SPAR with a support of 1586 and a resistance of 1671 and a float of 33 million. Now, one I do have on my longer term watch list for bounce, reversal of upward momentum for the stock is WBA. So check that out if you're into more longer term value trading as well. As always, guys, carpe profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. Every green day